Hi, I'm Molly and welcome back to my channel. Today's Pilates class is going to be a lovely core focus flow using our mini ball for a little bit of extra spice and connection. So if you don't have one of these, don't worry, we can go without, or you can use a cushion or a pillow or something like that. It is going to be slightly more intermediate and advanced, but take any modifications that you need to and listen to your body throughout. We're going to begin seated with our ball behind our backs at the end of the mat. So meet me there when you're ready and let's get started. So we're going to place the ball a couple of inches away from your lower back or the back of your pelvis. And we're going to sit with the hands behind the backs of your legs, sitting nice and tall. Just taking a moment to center yourself and become present on your mat. Take a big breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to tuck the tail, just start to gently round that spine into a C curve and just gently rock back into that ball. So we're not completely resting on it, we're just kind of hovering off of it. Take a breath in here, and as we exhale, scoop through that tummy, finding that lovely seated posture at the top. Breathing in, exhale, tuck the tail again, round that spine, gently resting on that ball, breathing in. And then exhale, coming all the way back up to seated. Good, let's just do 3 more of these just to start to warm up that back and start to find those abdominal muscles. Good, 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out, and on our last one, if it feels okay, we're going to come back and we're going to hold it. So just gently leaning into that ball and hold it there. Keeping the hands light behind the legs, we'll take a breath in, and as we exhale, your right leg is going to draw up into a tabletop position, and then inhale, place that foot back down to the floor. Other side, left leg coming up. Inhale, place it down. Let's do 1 more on either side. Exhale, inhale, down. Last one, exhale, inhale lower, and then scoop through that tummy, come all the way back up to seated. We'll take that again. So roll it back, tuck the tail. Maybe if you want a bit of a challenge this time, bring the arms off the legs. We lift for 4, inhale down. Try not to sink into that ball for 3, and down. Good, final 2. And for 1, place that foot back to the floor, slowly sit it back up. We're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling now, interlace the fingers, bring the hands behind the back of your head as we come back into that tilt again, holding here. So this time, as your right leg comes into your tabletop position, we're going to twist our waist towards that leg. Good, and then place the foot down. Other way, left leg lifting, we twist. Inhale, come back. Good. 2 more. Exhale, twist. Inhale, down. Once more, exhale. Inhale, center. Slowly scoot back up to seated. We're going to do that 1 more time. Finding that gentle roll back. Hold it here. Right leg lifts. We twist towards the leg. Come back to center. Other way, keeping that pelvis nice and level. Moving from the waist. Ooh, 2 more. Strong start here. Back to center. 1 more. Back to the middle. Good. Gently scoop through that tummy as you sit yourself up. Stretch the legs out and then fold it forwards. Well done. Come and place the hands down either side of the legs. Just drop the head. Breathe in. Exhale. Walk those fingertips a little bit further forwards. Good, and then from here, sit yourself up, find your ball, reach it out in front, and we're going to come into a full roll back now. So we're going to tuck through the tailbone, round that spine, passing through the back of the pelvis. Keep going as we lie all the way down. Inhale, arms will float overhead, and then exhale, they lift back up. Peel up through that head, neck, chest, press the lower back down. And then as we come up to seated, keep diving forwards, find your spine stretch. Good, we roll back again. So tuck that tailbone, keeping a gentle squeeze on the ball with the palms. Inhale, arms float overhead. And then exhale, they lift. Picking up each vertebrae, 1 bone at a time. Good, let's dive it forwards. 2 more like this. And after this, we'll be lying on the floor for a little bit. Good, using the breath. Inhale, exhale. Lovely, and then final 1, rolling back. Inhale, arms overhead, and then exhale, float them up and over. Good, taking that last spine stretch forwards. Well done from here. Sit yourself up, pop the feet onto the mat, place the ball in between the knees, and we're gonna gently lower ourselves down onto the floor. So just take your time to make your way there. We're gonna reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Just wriggle those feet a bit further towards your bottom if that is needed. We're gonna take 3 flies. So inhale as the arms open, exhale as they reach up. So keeping that sense of center in your core. We've got 2, and close. On this last one, open the arms out, leaving them here, and then taking those legs up into tabletop. So we've got the ball in between the knees, but let's bring the feet together as we come into our hip roll. So we'll inhale as we rock the hips over towards the right, keeping your shoulders pinned to the floor. Exhale as we come back through the middle, imprint that spine. Good. Inhale as we twist over towards your left. Exhale as we come all the way back through center. Well done. So keeping that squeeze on the ball just allows our legs, our feet, our hips to be really aligned and stacked as we're finding this rock. Good. So great work for our obliques. Inhale over. Good. Exhale center. Got a little click there. And then last one, rocking over towards your left. Good, and then bring it all the way back to center. From here, keep the legs where they are. We're gonna reach the arms back behind us, and we're gonna curl up, pressing the arms down by the side for 4. Inhale as we slowly lower down. Exhale, 3. Inhale, lower. Good, for 2. Inhale down, and on our final one, we're gonna curl up and we're gonna hold it here. So we're gonna take the ball, place it onto your left thigh, and bring your right hand behind your head. Feet are separate, and now we're gonna take a single leg stretch. We're gonna shoot that right leg forwards for 4, bringing it back to tabletop. For 3, and really press your palm into that ball. Good. For 2, on 1, we're going to stretch it out and we're going to hold it here as we find a little kick to the sky. For 4, bring it back down and extend. For 3, try to keep that lower back planting into the floor. You've got it. For 2, inhale down, exhale, shoot it up. Take the leg to tabletop, roll the ball to the right thigh, left hand behind the head, left leg is extending. For 4, and in. Well done. For 3, so really draw these bottom ribs down towards the front of your leggings. For 2, on this last one, we extend and we hold for our 4 kicks. Stretch high for 4, and down. Good, well done. Really challenging for 3. Can feel my core shaking and working. We've got 2. Well done. Last one. Come back to tabletop, and then just let that ball soften. Draw the knees in. Take a gentle rock from side to side. Well done. Maybe giving that head a little roll from left to right. Good. Gorgeous. From here, we're going to pop the feet down onto your mat, and we're going to come and lie on our sides, reaching our underneath arm out, and the legs are extending. So we're nice and straight in those legs. We're going to pop the ball down in front of us. And when we're here, think about zipping up through these bottom ribs. So we're nice and straight in our spine. We're going to lift and lower the top leg here. So find that balance for 4. Slowly draw the legs back together. Good. For 3. And down. So think about drawing these abdominals in. Put that big belt on. Do it up as tight as you can so we're nice and supported. On 1, we're going to lift that leg and hold. This top arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. Good. And we're going to stay here for 4. Keep pulling the ribs away from the mat for 3. For 2. And for 1, lower that leg down, bring the ball back to the floor, carry on like that, or we're going to lift both legs here. So both legs coming up for 4. Inhale to lower down. Good. For 3. And lower. Well done. For 2. And then last one, we lift and hold again. If it's too much to have both legs up, pop the bottom leg down, or we're going to reach the arm up towards the ceiling. Now this time, either staying here, or we're going to lower this arm down in front of us. Don't let the ball touch the mat. Good. Inhale as we reach all the way back up. Exhale as we reach that arm forwards. Good. Inhale to lift. Well done. Just 2 more. Feel very wobbly on this side today. And lift. Well done. Last one. Don't let that ball tap down. Reach it all the way back up. Okay, keep the legs lifted if we can. We're going to place that ball back towards the floor and then gently lower them down from here. Well done. Before we go on to the other side, we're going to pop ourselves up onto our forearm of this underneath arm. Bottom leg is going to bend, top leg is going to stay straight. We're going to reach this arm up towards the ceiling, pushing into your underneath forearm and shin. We're going to pop the hips up and then gently lower them back down. Good. Again, popping up, squeeze under the waist, and then slowly lower. Good. Let's do 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one, we're going to lift and hold. We're going to roll that ball through this space between our forearm and hip. So using the back of the hand to roll along. Good. And then roll it all the way back up. Lift. Again, place it down and roll. And we open. Good, and keep your pelvis shining forwards. So just twisting that waist, getting these obliques working. Last one, rolling along, sweeping up, lower the hips gently, well done, and then gently bend that top leg in, come into a nice big side bend away. Good, breathe in, breathe out. Good, and then come all the way up. We're going to take that on the other side now. So swing those legs around, coming all the way down onto your side body, reaching everything away. Top hand is resting on that ball. We start with our 4 lifts and lowers with that top leg. So drop through those ribs as we lift for 4 and down. Good, and it's normal for there to be one side that's a lot wobblier than the other. I know I said that that previous side was my wobblier side, but this one I can already feel is a lot less stable today. Let's hold this last one, and then if we can, reach that top arm up towards the sky and hold it there for 4. For 3, think space between the ears and shoulders for 2. And for 1. Lower that leg, she says, place that ball down to the floor. We go again, but with double leg lifts and lowers. So squeeze underneath the bottom ribs and then slowly lower down. Good. Keep these inner thighs wrapping together for 3. And lower. Hand light on that ball for 2. Good. And then last one we lift, hold it here. Now here comes the challenge. We reach this top arm up towards the sky and we find those 4 lifts and lowers. I'm going to put my bottom leg down because I know I'm going to double forwards today. But if you can, keep that bottom leg lifted and reach up. Good. For 2, don't let that ball touch the floor and lift. Good. 3, draw that shoulder back and down and up. Good. Last one for 4. Reaching the arm all the way up. Good, then lower those legs, placing that ball back down to the floor when you're ready. Always humbling when we get onto that second side. Let's come up onto our elbow now of that underneath arm for our little side plank and twist. So top leg stays straight, and I know we can feel these glutes working as well. Let's reach these arms up towards the sky. So ball in line with your shoulder, and we zip up through the ribs as we push up here for 4, and then slowly come down. So we exhale to lift, inhale to lower with control. Good, 2 more. And down. Lovely. Last one. Pop up and hold it here. Then we place that ball down, threading it through the space between our forearm and hip. And then we reach all the way back up towards the sky. Good. Place down so the back of the hand slides the ball along the floor as we twist. And then we open all the way up. Good. Last 2. Keep that pelvis shining forwards as much as we can. And then last one. Good, reaching all the way up and then gently lower those hips down. Well done, bend that top knee in and find your side bend away. Good, breathing in, breathing out. Lovely, coming all the way up to seated. Good, from here to finish. We're going to come up onto our knees. You could always roll up your mat a little bit if you need to give your knees some extra padding, or if this doesn't feel great on the knees, come up to standing if that feels better. But we're going to pop the ball in between the knees wherever we are. So we've got a little bit of space between the bottom of the ball and your mat. We're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Good, and then interlace the fingers, bring the hands behind the back of your head, making sure that chin's drawing back and in, and our ribs are softening down towards the front of the pelvis. We're gonna take a set of side bends towards your right here. So we'll inhale as we lean over, and then exhale as we squeeze and lift back up. Good, let's do 3 more. Inhale, so still working those obliques, but finding a nice little stretch. We've got 2, and lift. On this last one, we're going to come over and we're going to hold it here. Good, so keeping that pelvis again nice and still, really lengthening through the side of the waist. We're going to twist the chest down towards the floor. So we're kind of looking over towards that right knee, and then open that left elbow back up towards the ceiling. Good, recover back to center. 3 more, adding in that twist. We lean up and over for 3. Twist to the floor, open up, and lift. And think of the space between your ribs and hips like a nutcracker. So we're kind of crunching a nut into that right side. Good, twisting down. Open up, crunch a nut into this left side. Good, last 2. And twist. And open. And lift. Good, final one, up and over. Twist towards the floor. Open up. And lift, then we'll go the other way. So 4 slow side bends towards your left and up. Good, inhale over, crunch that nut here, crunch that nut here. Good, final 2 and squeeze it up, lovely. Last one, lean over and hold it here. So we'll find that extra twist if we can. So draw that navel in as we look down towards that left thigh. Good, open that chest back up towards the front and then squeeze that waist. Well done. Final 3, inhale over, exhale twist, inhale open, exhale lift. Really plant through those knees. Final 2 and twist, open and lift. Lovely, last one, inhale over, exhale twist, inhale open. Good, exhale lift, and then push the arms behind you from here. Interlace your fingers, press the knuckles down, lift the chest and head. Take a big breath in, exhale, lift those arms up just a little bit higher. Good, and then release the hands from here. Just take the ball from your knees, pop it to the side, and then bring yourself around into a seated position on your mat. We'll just close with some lovely stretches and a little bit of breathing to finish. So let's place the ball towards the right side of your hip. Left hand is on the floor. We're just gonna lift that left arm up and roll the ball away. And don't worry about crunching it over those nuts now, just really finding length in the side of the body. Inhale. Stay there as we exhale. Good, then lift all the way back up. Let's just do that 2 more times. Lifting up and over. Find that lovely stretch in the waist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come all the way back up. Good, last one, we lift. Folding over, breathe in. Breathe out. Lift all the way back up. Good, and then taking your time just to place that ball onto the left side of your mat, and we'll go for those 3 side bends the other way. So releasing that waist. Inhale and exhale. Good, slowly lift. 2 more, reach up. Side bend, inhale, exhale, and lift. Good, last one, reaching up. Folding over, breathe in. Breathe out, coming all the way back up. Well done. Then from here, just come and wrap the hands around the ribs, maybe close down the eyes for a moment, and then take a nice big full breath into the rib cage. And exhale, sigh the breath away. Feeling all of that lovely centering abdominal work settling into your body now. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, Good, and then release the hands from the body, blink your eyes open, and we'll leave our core practice there for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed that class with the addition of the ball. Let me know how you got on, and hopefully I'll see you back on the mat again very soon. Bye.